Hello, everyone. A very good evening and a good afternoon and good morning to wherever you are. A good evening, especially to all the students of Aspire and students in general in India. Today, we are going to talk about something very important. It is how to keep yourself motivated as a student. I am Dr. Bhaskar Bora. I'm based in London for the last 20 years, and it's my honor and privilege to be communicating with you from London today. I will give you a little introduction about myself and also why we have chosen this topic to talk about today, the importance and how we keep ourselves motivated to get the best out of ourselves. So, yes, once again, you must be quite anxious with the exams approaching around the corner. But remember, you are all good students. You must have worked very hard the entire year. Now is the time just to show how good you are. So let's go for it. There's nothing to worry. Everything will be fine. We have to believe in ourselves that everything will be well, and therefore it will be well too. Now, a bit about myself. I am a medical doctor originally from Guwahati, Assam, a beautiful part of India, and I have been based in London for work purposes for the last 20 years. Life has been pretty decent, and I had been having a very good medical career, but unfortunately, I had an operation that went wrong in July 2019, which, when I woke up from the surgery, left me with paralysis of both legs and then a diagnosis of cancer 2 months afterwards. So I have been left incapacitated and permanently disabled following that injury of the spinal cord. And I had, just when I was at the peak of my career, I had to give up my medical career for medical reasons. And instead of being a doctor, I became a full time patient. So now you know why I have been, I want to talk about motivation, because it is only by sheer motivation and with the support of friends and family that I am still here, and I am what I am today. And I want to share with you a few of the strategies that has worked for me, and I'm sure it will work for you as well. I am, instead of being what I was before, I am now a international motivational speaker, an author, a disability advocate, a cancer warrior, and a brand ambassador for several charity organizations. And most importantly, I'm here today in the capacity of the CEO of Aspire Academy, which is an online education setup in the northeast of India. Now, why is motivation as a student so important? I know, having being a student myself, and in fact I still am a student doing a master degree, I know life as a student can be pretty tough. But trust me, a student life is probably the best part of your life, and life can get pretty boring and can become much more toxic and difficult once you have finished your student life, because then you have to worry about earning every day, maintaining relationships, living up to people's expectations, looking after your career, going up the corporate ladder, aging, looking after health issues and whatnot. So for now, the student life is the best life, when you will realize that once you finish it. So let's try and make the most of the student life. I know it's easy to say not to get stressed or to keep your motivation up, especially when you have exams and other things to worry about. You have got lots of assignments to do, and you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. When we are when we are going through a good time, when everything is going well, we all do feel in control. And as much as anybody says that they are not control freaks, but as human beings, so we all want to be in control. And trust me, we all are control freaks in a way or another, and there is nothing wrong with it, as long as it doesn't become an obsession, of course. But it is when things go wrong or things are not going your way, that is when it is even more important to be in control. That is when it's even more important to be proactive, not reactive, and to keep your motivation up. It is when you feel everything and everyone is against you, nothing is going in your favor, you are ill destined and ill fated. That is the most important time when you have to keep going. And to keep going, you need your motivation. It is not easy, as I mentioned before, but when the going gets tough, that's when the tough gets going. And I'm sure you are amongst the toughest ones. And by being tough doesn't mean big biceps or big triceps. The toughness is in your heart, the toughness is in your mind. It is about creating the resilience, and it is about keeping your inspirations and motivations up just when it is needed the most. You know, you must have read that an eagle soars higher, flies higher when there is an impending storm so that it could rise above the turbulence, whereas a dormouse hides in the corner waiting for the storm to pass by, which may never happen. So it is for us to decide whether we want to become that eagle or we want to live our life as a dormouse. It often seems that what is happening with us is the worst that can ever happen to anyone, whether it's not getting the marks that we feel we deserve in the exam, or whether it is about your girlfriend leaving you, or your boyfriend leaving you, or your parents not giving you the attention you deserve, and all those sort of things, or maybe having some sort of accidents or ill health at the wrong time, and you feel that you are the worst, you have got the worst luck of all. But trust me, there is always someone worse off than you. And whatever happens always happens for a reason. Just because the person sitting next to you has got a smiley face doesn't mean that he doesn't have his worries. He has got his own battles too. And so has the person sitting next to that person. So we all have our worries. We all have battles to fight. And the way it is that we only can fight our own battles, nobody else can fight in our place. At the same time, it is true that we all fight our battles with an intention to winning it every single day, but it is only those blessed, those privileged ones who gets to fight the battles on others' behalf as well. And therefore, if we do get the chance to fight for somebody else, or to do something good for somebody else, then we should consider ourselves very lucky. In terms of motivation, it is it is very, very important that we do understand that We cannot remain motivated or elated every single day. There will be times when some days appear really dark and some days maybe even darker. So the honor is not in never falling. It is not in never feeling depressed or demotivated. The honor lies in rising higher after every fall and in getting your motivation back every time you feel demotivated. Because with every fall, as we rise up, we experience something new, we learn something new, and that makes us a stronger person. So, irrespective of whether things are going your way or not, irrespective of whether you feel that this bad night, dark night, is going to finish or not, it will always do. As it says in English, this too shall pass. So the bad times will pass too. If we feel really demotivated on a particular day, sometimes all we need to do is to take a break. Just take a deep breath, maybe just take a break from what you're doing, and then you start afresh. And while doing the taking the break, you do something that you really like or that really can give you some sort of peace. And then once you feel that you are out of that dark hole, you can start off again. There's no point in pushing yourself harder and harder where things are not going well, because it is quite possible that things will only get worse when you're not able to give your full attention. So all of us do feel down and depressed at times. It is entirely normal. It is even more so as a student. So there's nothing bad to feel ashamed about it. It is important that we are actually honest and open about it. We talk about it. And it is also pertinent to understand that that time shall pass. And just like the good, the bad follows the good follows the bad as well. And as John Keats said in his poem, if winter is here, can spring be far behind? So there will be numerous times when things will be against us. Everything will stand up against us like a wall. And sometimes we just have to take a leap of faith. But it is also important to make ourselves as prepared as possible to face these difficult times. And the more resilient you make yourself during the good times, it will help you during the bad ones. Right? We should also be very thankful and count our blessings when things are going well, and not become arrogant when we have achieved something, because success makes us stronger, but it is actually the struggles through which we achieve this success, the appreciation of those struggles, that gives us the experience, that gives us the knowledge and the learning that we need to have. Don't treat anyone with contempt or condescending behavior, because you never know what lies in the future. Because anybody can take anyone's place, and there's never a bigger leveler than time. Motivation is not just a word, it is something we really need to believe in. Just like some people believe in God, some people believe in different gods in different religions. Some people just believe in something called Almighty, or they might be some people who are completely atheist. There's nothing wrong with anything as long as you have a faith, and that faith can be in a stone, it can be in yourself, it can be in the name of your loved ones. As long as you've got a faith, it is that faith that is the force behind the motivation. We are all built in such a way that we have a lot of resilience and a lot of strength in our character, but sometimes it takes a bit longer to find that inner resilience, to find that inner strength. And sometimes only a calamity, only a very difficult adversity can make you discover the inner strength that you have. And that is what has happened with me. It is only when I was faced with the consequences of not being able to walk normally forever, or losing my life and my loved ones with the cancer at a premature age, that is when I realized how much strength I had to fight my battles and to get better or to make a new beginning. It is when I was pushed from the peak of my career at an untimely at a time when I deserved it the least. It is only by sheer motivation and, of course, the love and care of my near and dear ones and my real friends, which has helped me in making a new beginning. Even now, my doctors have told me that I have got a few years more before I will be completely confined to the wheelchair, and I will be needing a long term catheter because I cannot control my bladder. So it was up to me whether I just cry and moan and live my life in tears in a dark hole for the rest of the time, or I actually pick myself up, become more motivated, and try my best to tick off the bucket list that I have. And that is what I have intended to do. Now, my bucket list is a lot more urgent than what it used to be before. I have to complete my travels, I have to complete my mission, I have to complete whatever I have wished to do in my life within the next 5 years rather than the next 20. And that is what is motivating me. And similarly, I'm sure you will find something like that. Hopefully, not as serious or as sinister as I have, but there will be something within yourselves or within your loved ones which will help you in getting the motivation that you need to have to achieve the best results in your exam, to become the best person that you can be, and to fulfill not just others' expectations, but what you have of yourselves. Remember, we are not here always to fulfill everyone's expectations. We are here to be a better person than what we were yesterday. We are here to fulfill the purpose, if we have found, of our existence, and we are here to make a positive difference. I think my words in the last few minutes have made some sense, has touched your heart and has given you a new perspective. So remember, not all is lost. This is just the beginning of your life. Student life is by far the best part of life, from at least from my own experience. And I wish you all the best for the rest of your student life and for the exams that is coming very, very soon, or you are already halfway through it. And we will keep meeting on a regular basis. I hope to see you again tomorrow, and we will talk more about the different things. Do feel free to put in a message or a chat, and whether there is anything different that you want me to talk about, or if you have indeed found it a waste of time, I am here for you anytime you want me. And I wish you all the best for your exams once again. And I hope you will be a part of Aspire Academy in the next term, where we can help you in every possible way with our online tuitions, both recorded and live, and give you the best head start possible in your career, in your exams. And I personally, along with my wonderful team of teachers and management members, will be looking after you at Aspire Academy. So if you felt it useful, please do subscribe to our channel, and I shall be looking forward to talking with you once again very soon. It is a good night and Shabbat Khair from Dr. Pascal Bora at Aspire Academy. Look forward to seeing you again. Thank you very much.